So, I'm making this video because I realized something after spending some time with my best friend who is a vegan. And I'm not going to come out here and make blanket statements like vegans have no sense of taste. When the fact of the matter is, I don't think they know what some foods taste like anymore. You'll know what I mean if you're not a vegan and you have a vegan friend and they hand you some food saying, "Oh my god, so yummy," and you eat it and it's just not good. My friend has been vegan for so many years that she's developed her own spectrum of taste, and the scale is just inherently more limited. And they don't mind because they don't quite remember how good shit used to taste. But you'll mind when they try to feed you sometimes. Example 1 was popcorn. Popcorn seems like an easy compromise, right? Like you hang out with your vegan friends, you pop some corn and watch a movie. But because they don't use butter, it was popped in coconut butter instead, and it was dry as fuck, and there was no flavor. She offered us seasoning to sprinkle on it, but that couldn't save it. It was like a desert in my mouth. It was the first time in my entire life that I've been presented with popcorn and could not bear to eat any. And I've bought the light butter microwave bags before, burnt the shit out of them, and ate that tar off the blackened paper bag. Vegan popcorn was the worst popcorn I'll ever likely have in my life, but my vegan friend thought that it was good popcorn. So that's strike 1. Strike 2 was little gourmet vegan pies in assorted flavors such as cheeseburger and donair. The cheeseburger one at least had the consistency of cheese in a little pie, albeit funny tasting, but the donair one was a fucking insult to PEI's provincial favorite food. You know why? Because it wasn't even remotely like donair. It was like a pie filled with stringy green vegetables. And to be fair, I don't really care what it was made of as long as it lived up to its promise of taste. It didn't even have to taste like good donair, it just had to taste anything like donair. There was no semblance of any of the spices used to make donair. Fuck the meat taste, just who do you think you were, calling that donair flavor? It's not that all vegan food is even bad, it's just wrong sometimes. Literally wrong as to what it's advertised to taste like. My friend has no idea what donair actually tastes like. She's probably never had it, so it doesn't mean a thing to her. But when I'm handed a little fake meat pie and told it'll taste like something specific, I expect at least a molecule of that promise to be fulfilled. So in the end, I'm mostly directing this at companies because, like I said, the average vegan becomes disconnected from what certain foods actually taste like and don't know any better, which puts companies in a prime spot to hype up food and say it tastes like whatever they want, to advertise it to vegans. But you know what? Vegans are your primary market, but they're not the ones you're advertising to. We are, the meat eaters looking for a casual fling with something alternative. Vegans will always get the vegan option. It's the people who wouldn't normally get the vegan option that you're trying to entice. But then you just fucking lie to us, vegan food producers. I would eat a lot more vegan things if I wasn't so skeptical that every vegan thing I'm shown isn't an absolute abomination of what it's supposed to taste like. Let's all be honest here. Vegan food will never actually completely taste like meat. At least not with our current technology. Telling me I won't be able to tell the difference is just a flat out lie. Rather than trying and appeal to people by trying to mimic meat and being horrifically wrong in advertising it that way, maybe lean into what's good about meat alternatives. What's different about them? What new, different flavor can I expect, and how can you make that better instead of chasing something that you can't have or match? As much as companies are trying to appeal to meat eaters to try their alternatives, advertising things as tastes like real meat or donair when it's not donair, just doesn't work because we know you're lying, and if you have nothing actually good to say about your food, then why would I buy it? Tastes like a shittier version of meat when I can just get meat instead? I'll just get meat. If that's what I really wanted to taste at the time. Not that I shouldn't be replacing meat anyway, you know what I'm saying. People that are pig-headed and say shit like, they'll never stop me from eating meat, are idiots, and they're missing the point. Wanting to eat meat because it's, like, your God-given right is a stupid hill to die on. But a lot of those people exist because they were given something vegan at one point or another, told it would be good or taste just like meat, and felt the bitter kick of lies on their taste buds. I couldn't give less of a shit about whether something is meat or not meat. The only hill worth dying on is taste. If a vegan meal tastes better than a meal with meat, I will pick it instead. It's simple. What's the point here? The point is that if companies focused on making their meat alternatives good rather than dressing them up and lying about what they actually taste like, they'd have a lot easier time convincing people to eat them. Oh, and other vegans can't be trusted to make that decision of whether something is good comparatively. Dear vegan food producers, taste test your products with meat lovers, because vegans don't know what the heck they're talking about. And we can make a better world for both parties. It's a win-win, because honestly, vegans, I love you guys, and you deserve better.